It is Metro FM where you want to be at. It is 21:36. Good evening. Welcome to Wednesday. Today is Lifestyle Wednesday. And on Lifestyle Wednesday, guess what? We get to talk about lifestyle stuff. And if you've gone to my Twitter handle right now, I posted the unbelievable Gatsby. And if you don't know what a Gatsby is, it is a South African submarine sandwich, which is filled with so many chips and all the good things. And the best submarine sandwich, known as the Gatsby, comes from one place in Gauteng called Interveiw Bakery. And we've got the gentleman that owns this beautiful establishment, which is renowned, which is a South African beautiful place to be at, but most importantly, makes the Gatsby. Now, if I had to ask you, what is a Gatsby? But before we do that, I need to introduce you. It's Nadine, right?
Nadine Patel.
Welcome, my brother. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. Now, what is a Gatsby?
So a Gatsby, the origins of a Gatsby is from Cape Town. Started in 1976, a place called Super Fisheries in Cape Town. Till today still functional, till today still operational. He was renovating his shop and needed to make food for his workers, and basically put everything that he had left laying around and put together something, and they enjoyed it. Today we've decided to bring it to Gauteng and do our own version of it.
Now, Gauteng's version, is it quite different from the Cape Town version?
So the difference in terms of our Gatsby compared to theirs is we use different spices in terms of our chip masala, in terms of the topping sauces. Cape Townians use predominantly mushroom sauces, pepper sauces. We like to keep it simple and keep them steak masala steak, tikka chicken, polony and Vienna, those type of things. And the construction of the Gatsby is fairly the same as the Cape Townians. We just have a different variation in terms of the taste and the structure of the Gatsby itself.
Now, you own a beautiful business called Interveiw Bakery, right?
Yes, sir.
And how long have you been in operations?
We've owned the business since 2016. It's in existence since 2015. We practically acquired the business about 8 months to a year after it was originally opened. We then changed the complete setup of the business to what it was previously, to what we currently have it, because we saw a different vision of the business going in a different direction.
I figure for people like you that come through and get to see a business prior to it and get to imagine as to what you can take it to and what you've done today, it's a success story. But when did your love for food actually start?
It goes back to when we were youngsters, Paul. My mom's a phenomenal cook. My dad was a partner in a bakery when we were kids. So I always looked at that as inspiration to do something in those lines. As a kid walking through Eastgate Shopping Center, I always saw the mug and bean and the gentleman sitting with his laptop. Looked so glamorous. You know, it's hard work. It's not as glamorous as it looked. So that's where the inspiration comes from, and that's the direction we're trying to move in constantly.
Now, as a person that kind of decides on what the menu is going to be, I mean, did you kind of look at what you were what you wanted to have, or what was at home, what your mom made, and then kind of decide that that's a spot where we want to enter into, there's a gap in the market for that? And how do you design a menu?
So the menu is predominantly designed around things that I enjoy. It's a selfish thing to say, but it is. A lot of chip shops in Johannesburg sell fish. I don't enjoy fish, so we don't have fish on the menu. But yes, like you said, the inspiration does come a lot from my mom. A lot of the stuff that we have in the store, baked goods, the masala steak that we use on a lot of our sandwiches, the stuff that my mom made when we were kids. My mom to date bakes a lot of the stuff that comes through into the store on a daily basis that are for sale. So the inspiration does come through on that, and then we obviously try and compete in the market with trends, to be relevant, to stay relevant in the market, and to keep things fresh consistently.
Okay, we're going to take a short commercial ad break. Now, to everybody that doesn't understand as to how big this Gatsby is, it's the size of my leg. I think it's about over a meter, right? Or just under a meter?
It's about 65 centimeters long, and the one that we brought into store is a fully loaded. It weighs about 4.2 kilos.
So I advise everybody to go to my Twitter handle right now and check out the Gatsby. And the Gatsby is from Interveiw Bakery, and we've got the gentleman that actually owns the store, Nadine Patel, inside the studio with us. More on this great, amazing, proudly South African food after this.
I am
Metro FM is where you want to be. Today is Lifestyle Wednesday. We're talking about the Gatsby. And if you don't know what a Gatsby is, I figure you have to see it in order to understand it. It's a great, proudly South African submarine sandwich filled with everything that your heart desires. And if you think of losing weight, I don't think it's the perfect meal to have. And today we've got a phenomenal person in studio from Industry Bakery, Nadine Patel, and he's telling us about the history of the Gatsby and, of course, your significant secrets about why your Gatsby is the best. And I figure you can tell us as to why you have got the best Gatsby in Gauteng, or you can kind of keep your secret to yourself. I don't know if you can.
We don't mind giving out secrets. You know, everybody's hand works differently, and we think that we've done fairly well with the stuff that we have at our disposal. So one of our biggest secrets, or not the secret, one of our biggest successes with the Gatsby is that we bake our own rolls. We're not sourcing it from another bakery. We're doing all our own baking. So that's the biggest part of the Gatsby. We can make it as big as we want, as small as we want, and we bake fresh every day. So the secret to the Gatsby is the freshness of our roll on a daily basis.
Cool. One of our listeners actually posed a question: do you deliver?
We are on 2 delivery services. We don't do any deliveries of our own. We are on an app called WeChow. They deliver up to 80 kilometers. And we're on Uber Eats, obviously, for the local within 5 kilometers of our store. But like I said, WeChow delivers up to 80 kilometers, so we're catering for as far within Gauteng as we can.
Now, I want to get back to owning a business. I want to get back to running a business on a day-to-day basis. I want to get back to a business in an economy where things are not really as good as they are. How do you survive?
Well, it's been difficult. Coming out of COVID was extremely difficult. The Gatsby has been our saving grace, to be very honest, and a support structure. You know, my family is extremely involved, very involved within the business. My wife on a day-to-day basis, my folks every day. And if we don't have the right support structures around us, we're not going to get anywhere.
Now, to someone who's listening to the show right now, who kind of sitting at home, or kind of sitting in a corporate job, or kind of sitting in a job that they're really not even passionate about, or basically just wants to be an entrepreneur and go out on his own, I mean, what are the pearls of wisdom you can actually give them? Because you ventured out on your own, and you did something that other people were not doing in Gauteng, and it became a success.
Yeah. So the only piece of advice that we can give is once you put your mind to see through, it's going to be difficult. I mean, we're 7 years into our journey with Industry Bakery, and we're not at the point where we'd like to be, but we're getting there. You know, dedicate yourself to a cause, get involved, make sure you're involved in the business on a day-to-day basis. Small businesses like ours, a family business, is not run on its own. If we're not in the business, things can fall apart from a service point of view, from a quality point of view. And if you're going to dedicate your time and your energy as well as your money into something like this, you need to be involved with it on a day-to-day basis.
Can I ask you a very personal question?
Sure.
A very secret question?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that you're going to add to the menu in the near future that's going to become as popular as the Gatsby?
I don't think anything as popular as the Gatsby, but we have new additions coming to the menu. We
Nice
used
one.
to previously have grills, mixed grills, chops, chips and salad, those type of things. Those things are coming back onto our menu via demand by our previous clients. We've got a lot more kitchen space into the new premises that we moved into recently, so we can cater to these type of things. So there's a lot more coming onto the menu within the next month or two.
Well, guys, there you have it. I just figured today was all about food. Today was the introduction of people that might not know what the Gatsby is, but I figure there's different variations of it. You know, I'm pretty sure in Soweto there's different variation of a Gatsby, in Cape Town, in Durban, and you know, the most popular one that I know is from yours, and the most tastiest one that I've tasted is from your store. And now, if people want to get hold of you, how do they get hold of you? Your social media handles.
Our social media handles, we're known as Industry Bakery on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and our website. We're redesigning a new website at the moment that should be up within the next month or two. But those are our handles: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. We're known as Industry Bakery. My contact details are up on all the social media platforms, to call and order, to call and request catering, whatever the case may be. My personal number is there as well as the store number.
And just before you bounce, you brought a big, massive Gatsby. I think it's with the full works.
That's the fully loaded. It's weighs about 4.2 kilos. Once it's completed, it has chips, cheese, lettuce, red onion sauce, as well as masala steak, bologna and Vienna, and fried eggs.
And then the other two sandwiches?
The other two sandwiches are our most popular sandwiches within the store. One's called the Industry Special. That's 3 slices of bread, masala steak, chips, French bologna, cheese, a patty and an egg, and then we've got the chicken special, which is fast becoming one of the favorites within the store.
My good sir, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for putting food in our bellies, and thank you for making my listeners very hungry at home.
We appreciate the time and the efforts you guys have put into the show.
Metro FM, it's where you want to be at. Good food on the show this evening and good music.
Extreme is back with Bula Sekele.
Thanks,
the
sir.
dance-off and the moves.
You're welcome.